area for your daytime hours. Expect showers, mostly cloudy skies, those highs in the lower 50s. For the daytime hours, in the IE area, there'll be showers. Expect cloudy skies, highs mid 50s. And for the daytime in the Coachella Valley, showers, highs in the 60s. I'm forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. We know you have a lot of options, but we appreciate that you watch us regularly and that you tune in and that you set sometimes your clocks and watch even after hours. We appreciate your comments. Keep them coming in. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We got Jesse Sanchez over there. No relation, and yet, who knows? There's probably somebody, a first Sanchez in our family, right, Jesse? You never know.
You never know if we all go back far enough. I'm pretty sure we're all cousins.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, people. So what's going on in the world? I can tell you this. Some of the top news headlines have to do around coronavirus, the and actually surge in New York. Yes, that's the latest that we're seeing already. These are the things that we're obviously already kind of expecting. I know Jesse and we were talking about this. You know, when you think about Thanksgiving, you think about a surge usually 2 to 3 weeks later. Here we are. It's one of those things that we say, okay, what's going to happen next? So there's that. And then, Jesse, there's other things as well going on in the world. What's going on with Sony?
Oh yes, Sony. So Sony was quick to react to this. Apparently, one of their senior vice presidents of engineering, he worked on like the PlayStation Store and whatnot. Apparently, he got caught in a little pedophile sting. So some cyber group they I guess they fish for um yeah, for pedophiles. There's no easy way to say it.
Huh.
So yeah, so they contacted him through Grinder, I guess, and yeah, so he knew he was contacting a 15-year-old boy, disturbing on so many levels.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, I'm just like, oh my God, it's like your young boys aren't safe, the young women aren't safe. Is this, and I'm just like, oh my God, we need something, we need to do something about this. This is horrible. So I'm glad that Sony fired them quick. And if you want to see footage of it online, you know what, I'm proud of that. There are people that are doing this, exposing these minor attracted people.
Yeah. Okay. And can you explain minor attracted people, because that first of all is already something I've never heard about. I mean, minorly attractive is what I would put myself in that category with like a dating app. You know, I'm minorly attractive, just so you know. But what does that mean? And like, how do you know?
So yeah, so I spend a lot of time on TikTok just watching videos, mostly about just stuff that happens on like just the world. I like to see what's going on, and then yeah, this TikTok came in and the guy started talking about using a different word for pedophiles and sex offenders or something like that. I think it was like a college professor. I think he was laid off or put on the side for a bit, but I'm pretty sure if you search online, you'll be able to find this video. But he started using saying how we should use minor attracted person MAP for another word for pedophiles or something like that. Which I don't know. I'd rather just label them as pedophiles. I really don't think anyone needs to be labeled as a minor attracted person. And if we do, it'll be easier to find them.
Yeah, look, yeah, I don't know the discussion on that, but I'm looking at this, and again, this is brand new to me, but this evidently happened, and what Jesse's talking about is interesting because this happened on, well, it was reported on the 6th, and I haven't seen much in the news on this, which is interesting. But George Casiapo, the senior VP from the team behind PlayStation, tried to arrange a meeting with a 15-year-old boy, according to a video posted by the YouTube channel People versus Preds. Now, remember, this is a sting operation of a channel which evidently does this Actually, I'm going to the channel right now because I want to see how many videos these people have. They have about 25,000 subscribers, and it looks like they're doing some really cool stuff. To be honest, I'm looking at the channel right now, and they've got all these busted moments. So evidently, this surfaced. Cassiapo has been at PlayStation for more than 8 years, according to his LinkedIn profile. People are already looking that up. And he recently served as a senior VP of engineering. Sony said Sunday in a statement, we are aware of the situation, and the employee in question has been terminated from employment. Yeah, that's called, no, we don't think so. Cassiapo didn't return any request for comment. He has not been criminally charged. I think that's the next step in this. Adam Sharkey, who's a spokesman for the San Diego Police Department, said there is an active investigation being led by the San Diego Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, known as ICAC. People vs. Preds, an amateur sting operation meant to catch sexual predators who meet victims online, identified Cassiapo as a 64-year-old who was allegedly trying to arrange a meeting with a 15-year-old boy at 4:30 a.m. In the video, the cameraman walks down the street toward a house at Cassiapo wearing a black PlayStation 5 t-shirt. Oh, I see what you're saying, Jesse. He was going for like, hey, I'm cool. Oh, I was like, because you're like, yeah, I can't believe he was wearing play. Oh, okay. Do you want to explain that?
So yeah, he answered the. I mean, like he has access to like so many things. Like he's just like luring kids with like I don't even know what the conversation went, but the fact that I was like, oh, I'm cool. I have a Sony shirt. It's just disturbing on so many levels, and it's just like I don't know. I'm angry, and it's just like that there are people that will do this, and I really didn't think too much. Like before I became an uncle, I really didn't think too much about it. Like I would make jokes about it, pedophiles and all this stuff. And then when I became an uncle, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm just becoming aware of all this stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm freaking out. I'm just like, oh my God, what are we gonna do with all these people?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're saying that because you do have to think, for the young ones, right? The youth of our generation. And it's true. I'm 100% with you. You don't think about it as much until you're like in that category of uncle, or or you're thinking, okay, you're highly alert. I remember babysitting for my friend who, her son, again, is so young and so hyper. And, we would go to the movies, we'd have fun. And anything or anytime, I'd always make sure, hey, make sure you tell your mom this, that, the other, make sure you call her. But you're mindful of other people in the area when they're like, oh, hey, and you're like, yeah, don't come near us. You have that feeling, you know what I mean? Or when they touch the head of a child like in a weird way, or there's almost a weird fascination. So I'm going to bring this up here for everybody to see if they want to follow it, because I think it makes sense. So let me click on over this, and this is People versus Preds. I think this is a cool channel. Number one, I think you guys should check it out. It's the PvP.org. Actually, let me put that up. The PvP.org. And again, it is a channel which is done kind of like guerrilla style by, I'm not sure who runs it, but it's actually a really good idea to have. And so let me bring it up here so you all could check it out. Because I like these.
I'll say, do you want to know what it reminds me of? That Chris Hansen show, To Catch a Predator.
In a really good way. And you'll see they even put these people like on blast, which oddly enough, oh my God, I'm looking at some stuff I don't know if I should be looking at. But here's what, let's see, here's the top ones that they have here. He has 364,000 views. George PSN, Executive Senior VP of Engineering. Let's see. And then they have people being taken away by the cops. They're doing it in public. I say, you know what? Good job, people. I'm going to go to their videos. They have 25,000 subscribers. I'm ready to subscribe right now. Because you want to know if these people are in your area. You know what I mean? Because nobody really double checks that. But what if you and some of these are young, unsuspecting guys. Oh my goodness.
Right? The age range goes.
I think I even see somebody I used to know way
Oh
back when. Oh God. Oh my goodness. This is a good channel, Jesse. I'm ready to subscribe. I'm gonna subscribe. Guys. I'm gonna promote you guys up the wazoo here. Hold on. I'm gonna subscribe. Here's my subscribe. There. Great job. And there you go. Sony's on top of it. I'm look, okay, so I know people are questioning, wait, so what happened again? So here's the situation, right? The cameraman who runs, this channel, obviously it's a network of people, referring to Cassiapo as Jeff, asks him whom he's planning on meeting. Because again, they don't really know who the guy is at first, right? Uh, they use certain means, and there are task force that do this, where they have young women that might be like 28, 29, 30, but they sound like they're 13-year-olds. I can't even do voices like that. You want to meet me, right, Jesse? Because they have that. And I know because I talked to one person that catches them like that way back when. I was like fascinated by her job. She never wanted to be but she's able to talk like a little girl. And they have these operations, and the police do this often, so you can imagine these work with it. So the cameraman says, we can have a conversation, or I can call the cops as soon as he opens the door. And the cameraman says as Cassiapo turns around and begins to walk back into the house. Cassiapo closes the door to the house, and the cameraman then begins shouting threats that he'll call the police. The video's racked up more than a lot of views. So according to this, they couldn't access the chat logs yet, but they reported that Cassiapo contacted the decoy minor on Grindr, which is a dating app for gay, bi, trans, and otherwise. Okay, the two exchanged pictures, and Cassiapo told the decoy that his name was Jeff. He allegedly gave his address in order to have, sex with the purported 15-year-old boy, according to the review of the logs. So they use these little chats like, okay, and this is the type of stuff that you usually turn into authorities, but because it nothing happened, and because there's a step you have to go further. They go all the way, and then they turn them in, right? So I don't know who set this up, but good job. I almost want to have them on our show.
Right? I mean, I would love for, as much as I would love for the police to do this, I don't think that they should. They should focus on other stuff. So bring these people to light, show them what they're doing, and then, you know what? Let the police handle it after that.
Well, police do have to handle this. I'm going to say this right now, because the more you get locked up, the better. But this is one of those like in your face moments, and I think it alerts a lot of parents about the potential situation that we have out there, right? Because these meet on an app, and one could say, yeah, but a boy, this is, but it doesn't matter, because if they've done it once, they'll do it again and again and again. So how many have gone secretly behind closed doors, right? You don't know. You know what I mean? What thought popped in your head, Jesse?
I'm just thinking, like, how many times has he done this before?
There you go. Now you
Just because he used Grindr doesn't mean he didn't use other things and made. Yeah, so, oh my God. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it right now.
Yeah, but that's what people have to think about. That's my point. I don't like to be that guy in the room, but I have to be. It's just like How to Catch a Cheater, right? Which was the other one, very guerrilla one. I think this has the potential of that. I'm not going to lie. But they need to, I don't know how they work, but they need to go next level. And I say just be that on-call people that say, okay, we've got another one ready to go. And obviously they do it really well, but there are organizations that do this as well to catch predators either ahead of time, but I would say if cops knew what they were doing, and they would, if they knew how to like question. I don't know if you ever saw The Closer, but The Closer is able to kind of like, okay, so this is the one time you said, oh, okay, maybe you were, because they always say, well, I was curious, right? But I know this guy's got top attorneys, so they'll say, well, yeah, but nothing happened. But when has it happened before? When have you taken advantage of the situation? And is this where pedophiles hang out, because evidently that's going to get out there. People are going to be like, oh, but so it's next level. And again, I know when people go, well, 15-year-old, okay, posed to be a 15-year-old, but like you said, you had that moment of, oh my God, what if he's done this? Who knows if he has a nephew? Who knows if he has a son? Who knows if, he's just renting that house as an Airbnb? Who knows? Who knows? You understand what I'm saying? You just don't know how far back it goes. And this man's an older man. I want to say like maybe 68, maybe 58 to 68. I don't know his age level, but looking at the content, you can check it right there. It's all very public. He is, woo boy, gonna be so not happy. But there you go. That's the situation, and they have a lot of them. I'm looking at one here. Went for a 14-year-old. Here's a 27-year-old who wanted even not just old men, as you would say. There's other ones that just, like, oh my goodness. I'm looking at the faces here and I'm like, okay, note to self, note to self, note to self, note to self. One time, actually recently, I looked at a site where you can check out if people are known on the registry as sex offenders, because you need to and want to know, right? And then some that are in the area, you're like, yeah, just stay away from my children. I get it when you've been convicted and now people know. It's when you haven't been convicted and nobody knows, right? And there's a lot of, and I hate to say this, but molestation cases that literally go missing because nobody reports it in the end. Sometimes people don't remember until they're later in life, or sometimes they think, oh, statute of limitations, what am I going to do? But it's never just one. It's never just one. Just so you know. All right, people, we're going to take a quick little break, and let us know what you think at social media. We'll talk to you in a minute. We'll be right back right after this.
Staff and families at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers take this time out to recognize and salute the Palm Desert men and women in uniform, standing tall for our political and economic freedoms around the world. Let's always remember them in our thoughts and prayers. Their efforts abroad and our support have kept America strong. That message was courtesy of your good friends at Custom Care Solutions Caregivers, 42201 Beacon Hill in Palm Desert. They're always working to keep our community moving in a positive direction.
Get up to the minute forecast and temperatures for Beaumont, Banning, Redlands, Palm Springs, your community, national or international cities, on KMET's website, KMET1490am.com. The station now features AccuWeather. AccuWeather offers weekend and extended forecasts along with the latest radar map and current conditions. AccuWeather on KMET1490am.com. Logged in every morning for your daily forecast.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff in spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at HIEBanning.com.
Totally Nutcrackers world premiere will be presented by Victory Arts Sunday, December 12th at 4 p.m. Enjoy the holiday classic with a twist, featuring the San Diego Ballet and dazzling local dancers of all ages. An everyone can love it version with a special musical score. Join us at the Chula Vista Memorial Outdoor Bowl, where lively fun and zaniness abounds. Info at victoryarts.us.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
Welcome back. Yes, it is a morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. Stephanie Reed says, hello, happy editing this glorious sunshine. Awesomeness, busy day ahead, and my one tooth that's supposed to have a filling has been hurting for today. Yikes. Oh, no, Stephanie. Tuning in from Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you for always tuning in, and that is no fun. Viviana saying, so sorry. And guaranteed, she knows because she's been to the dentist lately. So there you go. All right, Jesse. Lots of other news going on in the world as well, including this. And this is one of those things I've been talking about as of the last few months. You got to be careful. An LA real estate broker will spend more than a decade in prison for her involvement in a family fraud ring that stole, get this, Jesse, $18 million in emergency COVID-19 pandemic loans. Yikes.
Oh, God. Okay. Wait. So how long is he going to get?
Actually, Tamara Dadian, who is 42, and 7 others convicted in the scam, used the ill-gotten funds to buy, get this, gold coins, diamonds, jewelry, designer handbags, and a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Now,
Nope. I'm up.
yeah, that's according to the Department of Justice. Now, I'm going to say this really quick, because I know a lot of businesses and a lot of people that wanted to make use of funds, but they were all of a sudden gone. Do you remember that? And some were rejected because they were just, they didn't know how to fill it out right, but they needed these loan funds. So I know there's a lot of people like, are you kidding me? Prosecutors said that, what do you want to say, Jesse?
No, I was just like, yeah, you're right. There was like tons of businesses that needed this PPP loans and stuff like that. And a lot of places got it that did not need it. And it's just like, wow, you guys are horrible. You know what? It shows everyone's character.
Yeah, and here's and you know what? Thank you for saying that. True. When it shows your character speaks volumes when you see these type of things. Prosecutors said, and I will say this, it wasn't just her. It was a total of 7 others. So this goes to the question of who do you hang around and who will you go to prison with at the end of the day? And worse yet, who's going to have you, unfortunately, in a really bad way, probably want to report you as the ringleader, right? But prosecutors said the LA-based ring submitted 151 fraudulent applications for loans intended to keep small businesses afloat during the pandemic, but instead used the funds to put down payments on luxury homes in Tarzana, Glendale, and Palm Desert. So imagine that. So they were applying as much as possible. I'll give them an A for effort of paperwork. You can easily work like as a mortgage broker or for loans, because that's a lot of paperwork. Dadian was sentenced Monday after pleading guilty in June to her role in the massive scheme led by her, get this, brother-in-law. Oh, God. Richard Ivazian. Okay. Ivazian, 42, and his wife, Marietta Terabilian, who's 37, purchased a $3.25 million home in Tarzana with the loan proceeds. Now, I know what people are thinking, but it's a loan. Why would you not pay it back? The pair was found guilty in June after an 8-day trial, but fled prior to sentencing. Of course. Of course. He was like, ah! You're like, I don't want to be around here. Okay. So a judge criticized Dadian's total disregard for the law while noting the brazenness of her crimes in assisting her brother-in-law. In other words, how dare you? Okay. So it's a whole family debacle. I guarantee you this family's never going to meet for Christmas anytime soon. Text messages between the pair indicated they rushed to submit loan applications, including using the names of, get this, dead people. Next level, before the bailout fund ran out of money. The conversations, according to U.S. District Judge Stephen Wilson, with Richard Ivazian, showed that she was his junior partner or maybe more. Now, Dadian's husband and Ivazian's brother, okay, so this whole family tree, right? The family tree. debacle of, hey, we got money, yeah, right? Artur Avazian, 41, was also sentenced to 5 years in prison last month for engaging in the scheme. The couple will leave behind oh, God, I hate this story for these girls. The couple will leave behind 2 teenage daughters when they report to prison next month. Oh, man. Who are your parents? Oh, just let's not talk about that. I'm trying to forget them. A judge declined a request by Dadian's attorney to stagger the sentences so she or her husband could keep raising their daughters. The woman's lawyer said she came to the U.S. as a child from Armenia before building a successful career as a real estate broker in L.A.'s Encino section. This lady, according to attorney Jerry Kaplan, says has been a stalwart of the family. Her brother-in-law happened to be a crook, which I'm not going to lie. I guarantee you somebody had an idea and said, hey, we can make a lot of money on this. Prosecutors have sought a sentence of more than 21 years for Dadian, labeling her conduct shockingly callous. Here's my only problem with this. Okay? The numbers are all over the board. You have one which is like 5 or 6 years, another one has 21 years, another one has like let's do a blanket. You all are in prison. You want to be a family in prison? That's weird, though, right? But at least you go in with family, I guess. I don't understand this.
That's only if you go to the same prison.
That's true. I'll give you that one. Prosecutors, let's see, I saw it for more. Let's see. According to this, prosecutors wrote in a court memo, the millions she stole were intended for small businesses and working families who desperately needed the money to survive as the pandemic paralyzed the economy. I will say this, though. They're not the only people. Right? This is a thing, and whether people know it or not, this is a thing many participate in. Okay? So the ones that got through, obviously, beware. They're gonna check. And I think people that got it kind of viewed it as free money. Yeah, let's go spend it. Because I remember hearing people were just like getting a lot of stuff from all these loans. Like, oh yeah, I got this amount, this amount. So I'm like, it's going to catch up to you. It's going to catch up to you. I think I had one conversation where it kind of came around, but I had multiple conversations. We even had an attorney on last year, I think, about this on our show, talking about how they just kind of got dried up and then how they're helping businesses fill out the applications because it was like as soon as they open it, like maybe a good hour to an hour and a half to maybe 8 hours, they were gone. Like all of a sudden, and then they were rejecting a lot of valid ones. So that's a lot of money that could have kept a lot of businesses afloat. Dadian and her husband are awaiting trial on unrelated state mortgage fraud charges. Oh, that's right, because I guarantee you they made money on that part. Arvazi had received a 17-year sentence last month in absentia, where Tarabilian was sentenced to 6 years behind bars. The FBI is offering a I get money on this, is offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to their arrest. Well, hello, why not? So, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. We can all cash in on this article here. So, most wanted, I'm ready to go next level. I'm going to be, Jesse, I think this is something I could go with. This is the FBI website, .gov. Nobody ever looks at this, all right, Jesse? I'm going to bring it up for you guys. This is what I call, you might as well, instead of trying to win the lotto, figure out where these people look so familiar, right? And if you see them, just be like, I'm going to report you because I'm going to make my own money, right? So here it is. Richard Avazian, who is the person out there, which evidently scored. Wow, it has everything of him, how much he weighs, his date of birth, August 20th, 1978. Okay, so he's, 42. Let's see. So there's his information. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $20,000 for information leading to the arrest of Richard Avazian and Marietta Tarabilian. Look at this. He's known to abuse drugs. That makes sense. He probably used the money for that. His co-conspirator, poor wife. Oh, I feel bad for her too. You know what? Oh, there's his wife. Oh, Marietta, I gotta bring you up because I need money. So there you go. Okay, that's Marietta. That's his wife. She's, obviously trusting the wrong guy. Oh man, she took the whole family down with her. Oh my God. Well, public info, people. So there you go, Jesse. I've got. They got all crimes. This is actually kind of interesting. They've got, let's see, 10 most wanted fugitives, capital violence, terrorism, kidnappings, missing persons, parental kidnappings, yikes, human trafficking, hello, counterintelligence, white collar crimes. I might be looking up this a lot. You know how many people I see and I wonder when I look at them, what's wrong with you? I should just go to FBI. They need an app. They need an app. Got you, my $. Thank you. Right? This. Go ahead, Jesse. What do you think?
No, I was just thinking of a cool idea. Like, do you remember, do you remember Dragon Ball Z? How they had like a little visor over the left eye or something like that?
Yes.
Kind of.
Like Google Glass. Go for it.
Yeah, so like what if they had like facial recognition and as you walk it would go over everyone's picture and then you can like go through like FBI databases and stuff like that.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I got some time. For those that don't know, I'll post up the link again. Lyft. Click on our app or our link. You get $750. In addition to driving Lyft, some cool money. But you know, when I'm out and about, I always wonder who might I meet at any given time. You know, like instead of like trying to win the lotto, I'll just say, look, I'm gonna on my free time be my own little like. You got to be careful though. But you could track somebody without them knowing. You still got to be careful. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of like, that's like back in the day, Rockford Files, private investigator, right? But man, I'm telling you, because I have ways of tracking people. You know what I mean? I think all of us do. With those that are like smart with social media and stuff, you're like, okay, let's profile this person just for a minute, right? Let's profile his wife. Because come on, they're out there somewhere, right? Just kicking it with the money. Right? Whereas the other family members are just like, oh, God, we're all in prison. Thanks a lot, brother-in-law. Right? Seriously, like, he's never going to show his face. I got to show this again, because seriously, this is a family. I'm sorry. I need my money. I need money. I'm greedy that way. Especially when you guys take the money from real businesses. There's the Plumtree Inn, which I have to say a shout out to. I always talked about here on the show in Chinatown in L.A., it got bought over by another company, and the food's still good. Not going to lie. I'm so glad they're open. But they closed down. They were one of the ones that could have benefited from these much-needed funds. But no. So I know some people are like, are you kidding me? But I say, well, no, because this is a really big problem. So here it is. Richard Avazian. You could download the poster. Like, you'd be like, hey man, you are I would probably like print it out. I have all these posters ready to go because these people just hang out in the same area, right? I guarantee you. He's in the area. I know he is. Oh, and they have his license plates, 7ZAB185. So if you see that, that's the lotto. If you're listening to us on the radio, if you see a in front of you or behind you, 7ZAB185, it's a white Range Rover. Then you got him. Okay, so there you go. Oh, he may be driving either a Range Rover or a 2004 Toyota Camry with a California license plate 5JYK335. I'm telling you, people, we can split the profit. You know, we're all reporting the news. Boom. Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm out of time right now because we got a break. We haven't caught you guys yet, but there you go. All right, people. I don't know why. It fascinates me. Right? You're on the right side of the law. Like, I got time. I'm gonna look you up. Yay! Bye. All right, people. We're gonna take a little break. We'll be right back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
If you are facing criminal charges, your entire future is at stake. You need to act now to protect your job, your family, and your freedom. Call Wallen & Claridge at 877-4NO-JAIL. Wallen & Claridge has over 30 years of experience in fighting for our clients' rights. With local offices in Riverside and San Bernardino, we are here to help you now. Call 877-4NO-JAIL or go to WKLaw.com. How much is your freedom worth? Call 877-466-5245. The call is free. Will you be?
Hello, listeners. Christopher here from The Christopher Show. Hey, I want to talk to you a little bit about CBD. Now, CBD is not approved by the FDA as of yet. Myself, as well as millions of other people across the USA, have used it with help for pain, anxiety, sleep, and other conditions. Now, you know, all CBD products are not equal. It really matters on where you get the CBD from. Now, I suggest you get it from a qualified pharmacist, and I happen to know of one. It's at Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California. They only carry pharmaceutical-grade CBD products of the highest quality. So if you want the best, you go to Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions. Their staff is there to help you with all your CBD, pharmacy, and mobility needs. They're located at 1680 East 6th Street in Beaumont, California. Give them a call, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, 951-845-8252. Once again, it's Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions in Beaumont, California, 951-845-8252.
Together We Are Strong is a product brand which stands for unity, equality, and protecting voting rights. Shop now at TogetherWeAreStrong.com for t-shirts, hats, and coffee mugs. All voting rights profits are donated to Rock the Vote, an organization on a mission to empowering young voters. Become an activist without saying a word. TogetherWeAreStrong.com. Make a difference in America and the world. Shop online at TogetherWeAreStrong.com. Give the gift that helps drive change. Go visit TogetherWeAreStrong.com.
Standard Time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit. Get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for the stars. We appreciate you. I got to do like a star. There's this huge thing. I think they're like doing promotion of stars on Facebook. So for those of you that send stars, we appreciate you, and keep them coming, because I got to do some type of promotion. There's like this huge thing. We got to get our channels all up and then some, and get the information out to lock these people up. If you're just joining us, we're with Jesse Sanchez over there doing the research, because I guarantee you, Jesse, some hang out in San Bernardino and Riverside. You know what I mean?
Oh, are you still on about that? Do you want to become a bounty hunter?
I have always secretly wanted to be a bounty hunter. Well, the moment I saw Dog the Bounty Hunter, I said, man, and at the time I was married, right, to my wife. And I was like, oh man, there's just something about that. I don't know why. It just fascinates me. I don't want to look like Dog the Bounty Hunter. I want to dress like that. I'm just saying. But his son, that I was like, he would train and he'd take out. It was like a whole family affair, right? And I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. They get the family, but they were in Hawaii, right? So I'm like, okay, I get that. You're on an island. That's pretty easy. But they were smart because they did both things. They ran, the bail bonds, right? So his wife kind of did that. So they kind of collected on both ends, right? So they were able to like help prisoners out, right, with the bail bonds industry. And then, well, because they're already in that, like, okay, they didn't pay up. All right, now I'm going to go enforce my arm and go get them, right? And he's a good, hunter, right? And there's just something about that. Maybe growing up, I used to watch, for those of you that know, James Gardner's Rockford Files. I remember him like racing and like trying to get away from, said people, but he'd be hired, right, to find out dirt on certain people, and his life always, on the line. I don't know why, but that fascinates me. It's like, I think if I ever had, I don't know if people, believe like in lives like they might have lived before they were ever born, but I would just throw this out there. I'm pretty sure I'm a pretty good detective at some point, because I love detective stuff. I always figure it out, And then there's some people you just look, you go, what's wrong with you? I don't know what's wrong with you, but I think so. I'm telling you, FBI.gov is my new favorite place. Right, Jesse?
Honestly, I go to their website around once every 2 months, because I like to look at the FBI's most wanted list.
You do?
I do. It's one of my things. I do like to. You know what? You never know. I don't know what my neighbor's doing.
Yeah, but I hate these national things. I want it more localized, right? Because the national thing gets a little difficult. You're like, okay, that's New York. Okay, that's East Coast. That's Florida. Okay, fine. That's Washington, whatever. I need more centralized stuff so I can report it. You know what I mean? Come on, Jesse. You know, and you're on the right side of the law. Think about it. So, you just got to let yourself be known to the authorities and say, okay, how do you guys work? Okay, cool. Here's my one. I'm going to work on another, right? Just saying. Oh, man, the possibilities. I'm telling you, $20,000. You know what I could do with $20,000? Just reporting some guy that obviously, and then I'd be like, got him. Oh, man, this is fun stuff. I see life in a whole other way, Jesse. I've never seen opportunity like I do now. All right, anyway, look, it's off of other people's crimes. It's not my fault. Turn them in. All right, but here's something kind of interesting, right? Okay, well, I'm going to get a little less happy about that because I guarantee I just want to put away pedophiles. I want to put away people that just take advantage of other people. I just want to put people away. I don't know what's wrong with me, but there it is. I'm on some high. I don't know what that is. Speaking of this, New Zealand's government believes they have come up with a unique plan to end tobacco smoking. What? It's a lifetime ban. Now, I'm not going to lie, Jesse. You know, one of my favorite places to ever dream about to visit is New Zealand. Just one of probably 8 of them, but New Zealand, Japan, let's see, although Japan's, the tsunami over there, oh, terrible. But New Zealand has some really smart stuff. They lock it down quick, like as soon as they have a really big problem, and then they open it and they're happy, right? They're just smart. So I'm going to say this. This is a note to us to maybe look at how we can amplify this. Under a new measure, the government announced Thursday plans to pass next year as well. The minimum age to buy cigarettes would keep rising year after year. Now, that means in theory, 65 years after the law takes effect, shoppers could only buy cigarettes if they could prove they were at least 80 years old. In practice, officials hope smoking will fade away decades before then. Indeed, the plan sets a goal of having fewer than 5% of New Zealanders smoking by 2025. Now, other parts of the plan include only allowing the sale of tobacco products with very low nicotine levels and slashing the number of stores that could sell them. The changes will be brought in over time to help retailers adjust. Because the current minimum age to buy cigarettes in New Zealand is 18, the lifetime smoking ban for youth wouldn't have an impact for a few years. Now, here's what's behind the plan. In an interview, New Zealand's Associate Health Minister, Dr. Ayesha Verrall, who's spearheading the plan, said her work at a public hospital in Wellington involved telling several smokers they had developed cancer. All right, and this is the thing that you always face as a potential, but people go, yeah, I'm never going to die from that. My parents smoked, whatever. Verrall said, you meet every day someone facing the misery caused by tobacco. The most horrible ways people die, being short of breath, caused by tobacco. Now, I will say with coronavirus, people are very mindful of their lungs now, especially if you've already smoked. You're already are in a very bad, precarious situation if you get coronavirus. It just makes it worse. Smoking rates have fallen in New Zealand for years, with only about 11% of adults now smoking and 9% smoking every day. So they're trying to just save all the rest and then make sure it doesn't happen again and again with the younger generation. The daily rate among the indigenous Maori remained much higher at 22%. Yikes. Under the government's plan, a task force would be created to help reduce smoking among Maori. Big tax increases have already been imposed on cigarettes in recent years, and some question why the taxes aren't hiked even higher. Now, Verrall said, we don't think tax increases will have any further impact. In other words, we can't make any more money on this. They're going to buy it either way. Once you're addicted, right? It's just a thing. They say it's really hard to quit, and we feel if we did that, we'd be punishing those people who are addicted to cigarettes even more. So they have a fine line. They're like, okay, what do we do next time? Then she said the tax measures tend to place a higher burden on lower income people who are more likely to smoke. Now, they said the new law wouldn't impact vaping. Verrall said tobacco smoke is far more harmful and remains the leading cause of preventable deaths in New Zealand, killing up to 5,000 each year. Yet, we've already seen the information pretty easily. The nicotine is worse in vaping. I don't think they did the research, so you might want to start looking at that, just so you know. She said, we think vaping is a really appropriate quit tool. I say, no, you got wrong information there. The sale of vaping products is restricted to those aged 18 and over in New Zealand, and vaping is banned in schools. Varela said there was some evidence of a rise in youth vaping, a trend she is following really closely. New Zealand's approach to ban the generation from tobacco smoking hasn't been tried elsewhere. She says studies have shown youth sales decrease when minimum ages are raised. In the U.S., the federal minimum age to buy tobacco products was raised from 18 to 21 2 years ago, which I say good, but what are we going to do next, right? This is already a problem. It's going to be a problem for quite some time. The tobacco industry knew it. That's why they put so much money towards the advertising of it. But they started back in the 50s when it came, when you look at stuff that just, it looks cool, right? Smoking a cigarette. You make it look cool, then you don't say any of the harmful stuff that goes into it. And then you find out, 30 years later, it causes all sorts of things. And then, federal warning. But, yeah, do you not know? If it's not, visible to you, you kind of just, and then people are already addicted. It's an industry. I don't know if you like smoke smell, but it used to be a thing. Do you ever watch Mad Men or ever? It's a really good show.
No, I have not watched it, but I do remember. I was out. I remember the days in Vegas where they used to sell those cigarettes in those machines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you call them, like little vending machines.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget what they call those. Yeah, but those used to be everywhere. Now they're like, right? But it used to be very normal for people to smoke at the office. Then they finally designated, I think it was late 80s, a smoking area. And I remember going in very young, and they were like, smoking or non-smoking? Do you remember when they used to ask that here in California? And you're like, non-smoking, please. But I remember being young going, I get that we're in a non-smoking section, but the smoke from over there is traveling to here. So how does that make sense? I remember thinking that as a kid, but I never voiced it. And then when we didn't, I was like, when they suddenly banned it, right? No smoking inside at all. I remember going to Las Vegas. I go, what is that? Because it's common in Las Vegas, right? You're allowed to smoke. So these things do have a way of affecting change over time, but it doesn't happen right away. Now, Jesse, you commented something about a birth control situation in social media. What are you talking about?
So, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I watch a lot of TikTok. So I learned what an IUD, is that what it's called? IUD for the women?
Oh, I saw an ad on that just recently for women birth control.
Yes, I recently learned how it works and how they install it and every woman's opinion on the pain. And I'm just like, oh my God, what? And I'm thinking, is there another way, like, other than that and, condoms and all the other stuff? So I recently learned that there is an alternate way. I can't remember what country it's from, either Switzerland, Sweden. It's somewhere from Europe. So what it is it's an ultrasonic device where you steep your testes in there. So like
what?
So like you dip them in the little water thing and it like emits like ultrasonic sound waves or whatever, and it's supposed to sterilize you for up to 6 months. It's not supposed to be painful. You can do it at home. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, that's such a great idea. I wish I think it's still in like testing stages and stuff like that. But if something like this is commercialized and bring it over here, that'd be great.
So wait a minute. So
it's called the COSO.
Oh, COSO.
Yes, COSO. COSO.
I have no idea what this is, but I'm going to bring it up here right now for us all to see it. Because look, everybody wants, if you're in a responsible relationship, you want to kind of go, can we just lay off the kids right now because it's hard enough paying the bills, right? So male contraception, and I know it is painful for the ladies to do it because they have to go like I think is that the one in the arm or the leg, the one you're talking about?
No, it's the one that's inside them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I really don't know how to lay. To be honest, I kept messing up the IUD with IED, until someone corrected me. So like that's a improvised explosive device. I'm like, oh,
Right.
wow.
Oh, okay. Don't know what that is. Male contraception has been a hot topic. A recent Inside Hook article discussed the method that uses ultrasound technology to prevent pregnancy. The device is called COSO, C-O-S-O. It's a new male contraception prototype that aims to provide long-term birth control while being fully reversible and hormone-free. That's not bad. Men can, yes, as you said, steep their, well, I don't even want to think about that, which emits ultrasound waves. I don't know how you sit there and go, I'm steeping right now. Can you just go away right now? Like, do you do it in the shower? Do you do it while you're watching TV? How long does this take? This generates deep heat in the tissue of the man's testes, okay? Modifying sperm mobility and temporarily inhibiting the formation of new sperm. Okay, so basically cooks them. Got it. It says, imagine if you were a little guy, you'd be like, ah! Oh, God, thank God we're not alive as that. Seriously. Ah! It's getting hot in here, people. It is intended for home use after an initial visit to the doctor's office and pairs with an app that helps with compliance. Oh, thank God. Imagine if you fall asleep, you're like, oh, no, did I stay too long on this thing? Contraceptive effectiveness begins 2 weeks after application. Okay, got it. So you can't just go like, so there's a problem. See, this is a problem with men. We are not organized like this. We're like, done, let's go for it. It's like, no, it takes 2 weeks to basically for them to go, ah! And fertility is resumed within 6 months. So you said, what did you say, 8 months? You got to get your information right, man.
I said 6 months.
Oh, I thought
I said 6 months.
Okay, sure. Okay, we'll rewind a little bit later. And then, yeah, but there you go. I kind of want to bring this up because I want you to see, because I know people are thinking, well, what? Okay, think of like if you have tea. Oh, man, now you got your own tea bag, Jesse. So what? You brought it up. It wasn't me. There you
I
go.
was really trying not to say that. But yeah, it's pretty much you're teabagging it.
You're teabagging it. It's.
But I like it because it's not as evasive as the IUDs and it's not as dangerous. So if I can
But
reduce,
is it one size fits all? I don't get this now. And do you like? I'm looking at the device, but I'm like, how do I just?
That's what I'm saying. I still need to look more into it, but you know what? If it's an alternative to where my partner doesn't have to feel pain, I'll do it.
Well, I would do like every 3 months. I would keep it safe, right? And the fact that you could still